Murfak, Zeke, both of you are showing muted microphones on my Skype display.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Testing 1, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, I can hear you.
Okay. So at least that's one thing that isn't broken. Arte, didn't see you log in. There you welcome. Hello, Susan. Your microphone is muted.
Okay, here I am.
Yep, there you are.
I don't know why it auto mutes. It didn't used to. Anyway, good morning.
Good morning.
Shravish Bashemti. Larry, the robot vacuum, is vacuuming my living room right now, so if it's a little noisy.
Actually, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay.
Arte was having microphone issues too.
Well, I don't have microphone issues. I have you Skype mute issues.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke is muted too.
Mm-hmm.
Murfak is muted.
Yeah. I got them to say a few words to me earlier to make sure that they that we were all actually connected.
Oh, good. Did you get my email reminding you of the cavern tour?
Yep.
Okay. When you didn't respond, I got a little nervous.
Oh.
Usually you say, oh yeah, we're doing this and we're all ready, but no worries. We're all here.
Yep.
Gosh, you went live on Twitch at 5 after. Wow.
I usually go start stuff up around 11 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Partly is to be, I use the time to try and sort out any issues.
Oh, good. Thank you. And then there's always issues anyway, so I can't imagine how many more issues.
Yep.
Okay,
Today at least, it seems to be on the Arte's end.
Oh, okay.
That's why he's not in the Skype call at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, several years ago, we bought him a new computer. We did a GoFundMe to replace his computer. His computer that had all his archives in it. Regarding the Dunny and whatnot. What?
Well, there's our Tay back. Oh, what do you think of the music today? I'm trying a new channel in my music player.
Okay, I accidentally turned my headset off,
Ah.
and I've been talking to myself.
Yep. I wonder if Arte's got his microphone sorted out because I haven't heard a peep out of him yet.
Yeah, he said in Discord he's gonna try his phone.
Okay, he just logged out of Skype.
Does Zeke know he's muted? Zeke and Murphak?
Yeah.
But you got them to speak. Yeah, what I shared with our followers is when I accessed Phone Link, which connects my phone to my computer, I noticed that there was a candid photograph of the ceiling of my living room. That I don't know what happened, but
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
hi Zeke.
Hey. I just got over the flu.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Right after vacation, I caught the flu.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
That's interesting. Did you travel?
I went on a cruise a week ago.
Oh
2
my
weeks ago.
gosh! Really? How exciting! Where did you go?
We went on MSC Seascape out of Miami.
Oh wow!
And then we went from. My parents wanted us to experience their ship within a ship concept called the Yacht Club. Very expensive, but it's
Wow.
like your very luxury type of cruise line, like the classic luxury type of stuff. So,
Nice. And where did you go to? Like where did you dock?
Costa Rica Plaza, I believe.
Where's that?
Somewhere in Bahamas over there.
Oh my gosh.
And then we went to San Juan.
Okay.
We had an excursion there. We did a cooking tour. A walking
Nice.
cooking tour. We were able to make one meal, which was nice. And then we tried some other places.
Must be hard to cook while you're walking.
Yeah. No, they brought us to a room.
I know, I'm being silly, sorry.
But
Well, that sounds nice.
And then we did, I know, Costa Rica Plaza, they had a lazy river, which I went on. And it took about 50 minutes to an hour just to go one round in that lazy river.
Oh wow, a lazy river?
Yeah, it's a free thing. I'm there.
Nice.
At the port. And then they had what's called Monkey Island. What's the name of it?
Oh.
So what you do is you pay $25 to go in for 30 minutes for these small monkeys, and you go into the room and you're allowed to take pictures and photos and stuff of that nature. And then the director will direct the monkeys to jump all over you, and these are like 5 or 6 little monkeys jumping on you.
Oh my gosh.
It's a shocker at first, but then you get used to it.
An experience that were they like capuchin monkeys, or what kind of monkeys were they?
I don't know what kind. They were just small monkeys. Like
Oh,
cute,
wow.
adorable ones, not the big ones. And then
they were chimps.
Yeah, and then one person had like one of those fake flowers, and one of the monkeys was trying to get the stuff out of the fake flower. It would not stop poking at it.
Oh my gosh.
It was funny. And then we were able to feed them with a bowl. So they brought a bowl, and then they would attack the bowl with all the food.
Well, yeah, they probably deprive them of food to get them to jump on people. That's probably how they work it.
And then they would take the food and then jump on people's head and then eat the food off their head. Yeah. And then a couple will jump randomly on me a couple of times. They liked my right shoulder. They would just hang out there for a moment before they jumped somewhere else. It was just like they just wanted to stay right there.
All right, can everybody hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally.
All right. Yeah, I'm out of there.
We didn't get to experience the private island, unfortunately. So because a storm, a cyclone. So we ended up having to do a day at sea, around and around we go, around
wow.
and around we go. So think of a day at sea, but you're just making circles. Yeah, so that was fun because I was looking forward to the island, but we didn't end up going to the island. That was the only bad thing. And then we had one stop at Nassau, which I stayed on the ship. They had some really good slides on there, though. I'll tell you that. They had a slide where you got in a raft and you went down. You had to drag that raft all the way up pretty high, and then you would go down through the tunnel with music and stuff. And then right at the end, there's a sudden drop that comes out of nowhere.
Kind of like an amusement park ride.
Well, yeah. And then they had another one where you would slide down 2 racing slides. You would go down, so they had 3 slides altogether. The problem with the ship is it was a little crowded. It was a little cramped, so there's not a lot out space, you know? So in certain areas, it just seemed a little more cramped. Not where I was, but like if you walk to certain events that's outside the yacht club or whatever, certain outside events were just a little cramped, despite it being a fairly big ship. And then here's one thing that you might not like, Susan.
Uh-oh.
It's a mirror crazy ship. I mean, if we went on Myst cruises, and they're mirror crazy.
So there's mirrors everywhere?
Everywhere. Even walking down to the main dining room, you could see yourself on the left side, and then the rooms on the right side. It's crazy how many mirrors, and even in one of the atriums, it was just mirrors all the way to top to make it look bigger than what it really was.
Oh, is that why they do it, to make it look bigger?
I think so.
Well, you know, speaking of bigger, they say you gain weight usually on cruises. Did you gain weight?
No, I tried to maintain healthy. I mostly ate veggie omelets.
Oh, nice. Those are healthy.
And then I would eat a lot of fruit, and I would eat a lot of steak and vegetables, and
good for you.
So I stuck with the more healthy. I didn't exercise as much, but I tried to stick to more of a healthy. And then I would splurge once in a while where I would, like, I had a gluten-free pizza with pineapple and ham, I believe. So,
yeah.
So they were able to do that, so that was nice.
Oh, that's nice. Stay away from the desserts.
I mean, I got desserts a couple of times. Like, it was mostly healthy desserts. Like, one night they had tapioca.
Ooh.
Yeah. Tapioca is one of my weaknesses. Any tapioca, like tapioca pudding. That would be one thing I would eat a lot of. And I forget what else. There was like a cheese plate you could get for a dessert. Fruit plate you could get for dessert. The only exception I did make is having the bread to balance out any drinks I had. So that way the bread would balance out. And that way I'm not going to eat unhealthy. That way because I have the bread. So
yeah.
Because I need the soaker when you're doing stuff like that. So
right.
So that's how I balanced the cruise. This was the first time I was able to test my theory out.
Oh,
you can eat healthy.
You know, only Zeke would have a theory going into a cruise like that.
I did a lot of research before because I always hated when I got back from a cruise. Gained 20 to 15 pounds of sugary drinks, and so I was
oh
like,
my gosh.
You know, and I gotta fix this. I want to figure out how can I do this correctly.
Okay, so yeah, you've been on a cruise before then.
Oh yeah, several.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And
outside of Yarmouth, did they have any other vegetarian fare?
They had like a buffet. Where I was at, the buffet was more of a snack, but in the main dining room they give you small portions and stuff. But they could probably adjust the dietary restrictions. So, but they dote on you. Let's just say that. But it is pricey if you want to get in there. I will say that. It's not affordable, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like $10,000. I'm not talking about that much, but I'm talking about it is up there in price. But you do get doted on, and you have butlers and come to you and ask how you're doing and help you and escort you to certain things. You have your own special place in the cruise ship where you can go to shows and stuff like that. So that was nice. And then I did karaoke. That was the other thing I did.
Oh, you used to do you do karaoke here in the cavern too, don't you? I know Larry does.
I have actually never done it in the cavern. I've gone to karaoke.
I don't.
Donna, who gave me the link to do karaoke, and I've been meaning to. I just keep forgetting about it.
I haven't been there since we started doing the cavern tours again.
Oh, in like 4 or 5 years?
Something like that, because
wow.
It takes me too long to set these things up to spend time recording songs.
Right.
Yeah, I remember when it was 16 key time. I wonder why they changed it to 11 key time.
I don't know.
Probably because it was too close to story night, and there was always people. Because some of my stories can go quite long. And
yeah.
I thought your story nights were at 23 key time, not 16.
I've got story night Europe at 1400 key time.
Okay, I see. Okay, yeah.
Therein lies the issue.
There lies in the issue with two issues there.
2+ hour story, huh?
Yeah, that lies 2 issues. Well,
especially when I'm getting to that piece of fan fiction that I do, that's well over an hour, and the Baroglyph tours can take well over an hour as well.
Yeah,
it can go like an hour and a half, hour 45.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, and I did a whole when I did the cavern. Oh, hold on.
When did they switch to from 1600 to 1100? Do you remember?
Months ago.
Around June-ish.
Something like that.
Yeah, because that would have been right when I was doing my Baroglyph tour.
Oh. You're the troublemaker.
I'm the troublemaker. Just blame it on me. My shoulders are broad. I can handle it.
He stakes his claim to hours worth of tourists or players' time. No, but seriously, your story nights are very interesting.
Well,
I need to get back into it.
Yeah, I think I went to one of your story nights for the Europe. It was just too late at night for me at one point.
Yeah, that's the original story. 2300 or 2330 is the original story night, and then there's 1400, which is on Saturday. So that's story night Europe. So that might be more doable for you.
I went to 1400, and I guess I went to a short one because you were done within an hour or so.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm doing the Kings, and the Kings are really short. In fact, some of the Kings I end up having to double up because the recap is about 3/4 of the story.
Yeah, I can't really say that, but I made an interesting post on the lore channel in Cyan that Tweak posted, so, and it had something to do with the Bahro. Just a theory of mine.
I don't have Discord open. I'll have to check it out later.
Yeah, which reminds me, since I am feeling better, I might be able to do a Discord test if you need it. It's just the certain days I can't do it. Like Wednesdays I can't do it, and Mondays I can't do it. But I can do, and then sometimes like Tuesday nights I can't do it. But like a Thursday or Friday evenings or something, I could probably do it or something. It depends.
So 3 days you cannot do it, and the other 4 are sketchy.
Yeah. Mondays I take off from most business stuff, and then I'm doing other stuff like grocery shopping and doing basic stuff like that.
You actually want to feed yourself? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I drive and do all that. So, and then I have other events that I have to go to. Tuesdays I go to an online Bible study, and then on Wednesdays I go to a local church during the morning and free afternoon. So that's why Thursday's probably the only day I have, probably the most. I didn't think I'd make this tour because I thought it was the third Sunday and not the fourth Sunday. Fourth Saturday.
I sent you an email. Didn't you get
I
my
know,
email?
I saw that. I was like, no, I actually realized that afterwards. Because I thought it was third, and I thought I would get back, and then I wouldn't be able to make it, so that's why.
Is there some place on the Twitch channel we can know who's talking? No, but I'm the only female, so this is Susan. And Larry, can you recognize like Larry's voice from Arte's voice, from Zeke's voice, from Murphac's voice? I mean, that's the only 5 who's on here.
Mm-hmm.
We could get like a barbershop quintet going, maybe. They could all sing to you or something. I know
My
Arte loves to sing.
wild Irish rose.
Okay, that was
Or-
Arte. Well, Murphac, he'll sing in French.
No. Hello, everybody.
Yep, that's Murphac. I would say he has an accent, but he would say that the other 4 of us have accents.
We
Right.
all have accents, yeah. Which one is the best?
Yes, exactly. Now,
Now-
Arte has the lowest. He's like a baritone voice. He can make your house vibrate when he talks.
I used to have, my voice is actually increased in timbre from when I was a younger man. I used to hit my singing voice. I used to be able to hit the E below the F clef.
So are you saying you're now an older man?
Yes, I are.
Oh, Mawa's online. Yay!
Mawa, hi Mawa.
Yeah.
That was Mama.
Hey, Susan, no one would
Yes.
know our voices if we all had voice changers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's try voice changers. Everybody say hi to Rawa's mother. She's in Twitch. Richard A. Watson, if you guys don't know, aka Dr. Watson, in the game. He's been part of Cyan since the original Myst. Is that correct, Larry and guys?
To some extent, he did work a bit on Channelwood.
Oh, cool.
But most of his influence came in with Riven.
Oh,
Yeah.
Riven. I mean, Myst was popular. I think Riven was even more popular, wasn't it? People were just amazed by Riven.
Eventually, I want to get that remake of Riven to play.
I bought it. I haven't played it yet. It was on sale again, so I bought it, and
Yeah.
I need to play it.
I won't get it on Steam, but I might get it off of GOG Games.
Yeah, I like to buy them just for uniform, and yeah, I get everything off GOG. I have a few games off Steam, but they're none of the Cyan games. They're none of the Myst games. They're the Red Thread games, like Longest Journey. I have those on Steam.
I used to have Steam.
I'll probably get it off of GOG myself. I hate Steam. It is such a resource hog.
Oh, is that? Oh, interesting. Even if you don't download the whatchamacallit, or do you have to download the whatchamacallit? The thing that's like that coordinates everything?
You have to play it through their
okay.
Their app, don't you? Because the Steam app is a resource hog. I mean,
okay.
Well, the one machine I've got is about 10 years old. And when Steam loads up, oh my gosh, the whole thing just bogs down, and it takes forever for Steam to load.
Is that the computer we bought you from using GoFundMe?
No, that one's dead.
Oh, that one has long since died.
No,
yeah,
and that wasn't, the GoFundMe wasn't a new computer, it was a repair for the older one.
Oh, that's right. Rawa's mother says in Discord, Channelwood was Rawa's favorite age.
Yeah. The only reason I don't like Steam, and this goes back, way back actually, I ended up getting Steam back in 2010 at one point. I deleted the accounts ever since then. And the only thing I don't like about Steam is you always have to be online. And I never liked that idea. And I always liked the idea to have like more of a console. So I like GOG games. I had an account with them too. I deleted that one. But I still have some GOG games, including the original Real Myst. The one that came in early 2000s I have a Complete Chronicles digital copy, which I can hook up, that I hooked up at one point and had a Deep Island shard I could do. And then I had the original Chronicles, Urban Chronicles too.
Oh, cool.
The CD thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Complete Chronicles on CD. When I bought the 25th anniversary package, I got access to all of the digital games updated for the then current Windows version.
Yeah.
And by the way, we have 1 minute left, so go ahead, Zeke.
Okay. And I played the Masterpiece Edition of Real Myst too. I played that too. And then for the most part, I think I would prefer GOG games over if I was to choose one or the other.
Yeah, their app is optional.
And
you can download the games directly from...
Yeah, and you can transfer that file to a new computer, and it should still be able to run without the account. So, that's even better.
Yeah.
And
okay, guys, it's 11. Sorry to interrupt, but Zeke, do you want to do the intros? Do you remember where we're going today? I typed them into chat.
But you know me.
Well, I already disclosed it's a continuation of the Bahro caves.
But you know me, I prefer to not. I don't like to disclose. That's just me. All right. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Cavern Tours. Let's see. Susan, can you post in the Cavern Larry's Twitch and tell them the game needs to be windowed in a text, so that they can see the other one, because they won't be able to hear me otherwise. And then for those who are listening on Twitch and are in game at the same time, if this is your first time, you will need to go to your wrench tool and go to your audio settings and turn down your sound effects, music, and ambient sounds. This is turned down so that you can hear us because some of the game music can be very loud, and the Twitch can you might not be able to hear us between the game sound and the Twitch stream, and we will be switching between Twitch and the game at the same time. Also, we will be using Mirobot to link to the continuation of our last tour. Please friend him, his key number, because we'll be using him. He will be our tech support going through this. And then if you fall or the game crashes, you can go to Mirabot link and then type find Larry, and it will bring you back to the group. And then please stay with the group. Do not climb on any ladders or any. Just don't climb anywhere, because you can cause everyone to crash, and we would all have to reload back in. The third thing is also keep the questions related to the age or where we're going, related to that particular age. There will be times when you can ask questions for Larry Arte. And so be prepared to ask those questions as you're going through the tour. We'll try to answer as many as we can, but do remember to keep them relative to that age, because that answer might be in a future tour. So that, or it was a past tour, we might be able to answer it. Let's see. Is there anything else I'm missing?
No, but Angel asked Larry to brighten the game.
Brighten the game?
It says on Twitch the game
maybe
looks
on
dark,
Twitch,
but
the Twitch is dark, maybe. But that could just be just how the game looks.
actually it looks dark to me too.
It looks
I mean,
kind of bright to me.
The hood is always dark. Well, the whole, almost everything takes place in a cave, so. But speaking of caves, just fun fact, the married couple, Caver One and Cave Woman, they are real life spelunkers. They actually do go into caves. Just a fun fact.
Oh yeah.
And they're here with us today.
I don't see any way to do that.
And your gamma could turn up brightness, but that's really.
Because looks like to me on Twitch, it looks like your contrast is really high.
Yeah, it does look like a saturation mixed with some contrast.
It looks pretty light to me when I blow up the screen to be full screen on my computer.
But I'm in half screen, so.
Larry's hood actually looks lighter than my hood.
Now Larry
like
looks dark by comparison.
All right. Is there anything else I'm missing, Susan, on all my answers?
Nope. And I think we should get started.
Yep.
All right. So, everyone, link to Mirabot. Or PM link.
Okay. I'm not sure if everyone's here yet, but we may as well get started.
We only need Caboose to get there.
Okay.
Oops.
Looks like he keeps trying to access his Relto book, maybe?
In any case,
did we ever post Mirobot's
key number? Yes.
key number in local chat?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, So today's tour, we are continuing with the last of the Bahro caves. This Bahro cave was set up for Yisha as a place for her to leave speeches recorded and also to reward the explorer with decorations to go in their relto. This cave is not located in the Denis Cavern, as many people mistake when they first see it. This cave is in the top of a cavern called Radina, which was another one of 4 main caverns used by the Denis for residences and businesses and such. There are many instances of the same cave. The first one had the job of housing 4 pillars that were used in her first plan to free the Bahro from their bondage. The other caverns, by the way, besides Radina, are Denis, Erat, and Rolep. The first cave that you wind up seeing, of course, is the one that has the 4 pillars in it. It contains 4 rock plates that are arranged in a circular pattern, and they slide out from the wall when they're needed. Between the plates, of course, we have this central hole that opened into what appears to be the starry expanse that was seen in the Starfisher Riven. The Pillar Cave is accessed by the journey doors in Gurisen, Teledon, Kadesh Telesa, and Ederkima. Each door links to one of the 4 platforms of the cave. On each platform, there was a pillar corresponding to the age, and there was also a symbol on the wall. In the case of the Journey of the Hand, it was a hand symbol, and when you touched it, it transported the pillar to your relto. The second symbol is a baroglyph of Yisha, and that's what holds the recording of the speeches she wrote about each corresponding age. Floating over the abyss below the cave were 4 wedges, one for each pillar and leg of the journey. When you first entered the cave, the lamps in it illuminate the cave with blue light. But when all 4 pillars have been brought to your relto, the illumination changes to yellow-orange. Oops. Okay. Come on, you. Murphak, can you change the decoration in here to one of the other caves? There are 4 other instances of this cave that hold sections of stone rings floating over the central hole, but those caves do not have the pillars of the first instance. The rings that float in this place are popularly called wedges. The other caves are accessed from journey doors in Ederdellen, Ederzogel, and they're accessed by floating glyphs in the museum pods, Minkata, Urkana, and Anone. The wedge caves are illuminated in violet and have extending platforms for each wedge, which retract again after you link out. On the cave walls, there are symbols for each platform, which is the symbol for whatever quest you're undertaking. Each wedge is covered in symbols embossed with what appears to be gold leaf, and they have the symbol of the quest you were on when you received them. If you've never actually taken a close look at the wedges floating over the well in your Relto, I encourage you to go and look at them sometime. It's actually, they're very well designed and worth looking at. Do we have any questions about this?
Dreamer3 asks, are the caverns physically connected? And this was shortly after you said this cave is over Rudenna.
Yes. There are tunnels throughout the Denis caverns, linking all of them, sometimes multiple times. Right now, Murfact has moved us outside the cave and into the actual cavern of Rudenna. Say, if you... Let's see.
Well, it looks like we're still inside the cave.
Oh, I'm not. So if you look...
Oh, you're not? Okay.
Of course, I can't actually move at the moment, so something's going on here.
So should we do oh, there we go. Now we're in a different cave.
Okay. I'm unable to redirect my camera, otherwise I point it straight down, and you can see that the islands that in the lake here are nothing at all like the ones in the Denis cavern.
So yeah, everyone look at the Twitch stream. That's Rudenna, you say?
Yes.
That you're showing on Twitch? Cool.
Yes. You get when you jump out of the central hole in the Bahro cave, after you've done most of the quests and are trying to, say, return the pillars, you do get a short view of the cavern, including the islands in the middle of it, as you're falling.
And if you access Mirabot's version, you could use his commands to actually probably descend all the way to the lake.
That's actually a little tricky, which is why Murfac struggles with it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
And Angel Myst asked, are the pod wedges different? Yes, they are. If you look at them inside when they get to your Relto, sorry about the spoiler, you can look carefully, and I think the 4 symbols are different.
That's correct. They all have a symbol of the quest that they were given as a reward for. Okay. Are you out of the Bahro cave yet, or are you all still trapped up there?
We're all in a cave with a light tan floor.
Okay. Actually, that's
It looks like Minkata, the one associated with Minkata.
Oh, and actually, Larry, I'm so sorry. I should have brought this up sooner. Before you accessed the live feed in your Twitch, you had a drawing of what appeared to be a Bahro cave. Did you want to put that up again at some point?
That
Explain where
that
that is, or
that was my stream background, and that was just
yeah,
another example of one of the
yeah.
caverns on the Denis homeworld, the Spiral Age.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Here,
thank you.
let me go ahead and turn this off, and there it is.
Okay, so that's a cave from the Spiral Age.
That's correct.
Okay, because I see there's like a lamp hanging from the top.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
But you can see this is typical of how the Bahros made things, so that you can see why it is that the Bahro caves for in Denis all look like they do.
Cool.
They're nothing if not consistent.
I'm actually stuck in here.
Okay.
I gotta see.
Murphac, this is not something I prepped you for, but can we transfer? Can you transfer us all to your Relto so that people can see the rings over the well?
Oh, yes, okay, I will do that.
We do try to avoid spoilers as much as possible, but those wedges are part of the history.
Yep.
And they aren't
History of the ages.
and they aren't really a spoiler anyway.
As soon as you collect your first one, you know what's going on.
I'm in my record. Please send it to me because.
Okay, everyone PM link to Mirabot.
Okay. He doesn't have all of the wedges. There's actually when you have all of them, it's a stack 5 deep, 5 rings deep. But at least you can see the ones that he does have and how they differ from each other.
Yeah, you see on the top one, there's like the spiral in light blue. And then beneath it, I'm watching him rotate here.
There's like a picture of a book.
That spiral, I think, is the one from the pod ages, but I'm not positive.
And the very bottom one has a hand, so that's the path of the hand.
Actually, that's not. I don't think that's actually the path of the hand ring, because there's only two. That's for the Garden Ages, Eder Chemo and not Chemo, Eder Sogol and Eder Dellen. The way you can tell is because there is one wedge for each age you visit as part of a quest.
Well, the one at the very bottom with the hand on it is 1/4.
Oh, wait a minute.
So
I'm not seeing.
Dellen
I didn't
and
see that
Sogol
one.
would be half wide.
Yeah, those are just above it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mirabot needs to get busy and do some exploring.
Yeah, he's only got two of the path of the hand rings. Anyway,
Yes, Angel Mist is still asking like of the categories, can you tell the difference? I thought you could. Maybe not. She's trying to figure out which one she's missing, but
oh, well, the
Well,
thing
the,
is that you can tell which they're from because of the symbol that appears in the center edge of each ring or each wedge, and then
Right.
you can also tell by how many wedges there are on a give for a
yeah,
particular ring.
well, like the very top row are the 4 pods, but you can't tell looking at each one which pod it is. That's what she's asking. So no, you can't tell, Angel.
Actually,
the only way I can tell is by making a record of the when it doing the path of the hand. I tend to do Gira and Chemo, and notice where those wedges are, and then you can map the relation, because those are obvious. Instead of being a quarter, those are eighth wedges. And then by noting the rest of the path of the hand and the rest of the edges as you complete them, how they're oriented with regards to Chemo and Gira.
actually, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to link to my own Relto. Whoops, I can't. The book's broken. I guess that's because
Your book.
that's because we're in Mirrorbot's ages,
Mhm.
in not in the regular game at the moment.
Don't link to that Russell book. It could be a trap book.
Well, Larry's Relto has a weird outhouse on it, so
Not in this not in the main game. It doesn't.
Oh, mine's black too.
No, I was going to say that I've got all of the rings, so I was going to. I was thinking about linking there to show you.
oh,
I could do that if I quit the game and then logged back in.
well, long story short, I still maintain that Angel Mist will not be able to tell the difference which ring she's missing, but I'm guessing it's Tetsanot, the dark drippy place with the red glow.
Dark drippy place.
Yes, with the red glow.
The one that's underwater.
The one that's deep, deep, deep underwater. Yeah, Angel, you got some. You and Murphac have some exploring to do. Or Mirabot.
Anyway, that's pretty much all. We've pretty much covered everything there is to cover as far as the Bahro caves go. So the next thing that we were going to try doing is going to take place entirely in the stream in your browser.
Okay.
Because
So let's hang out in Mirabot's Relto then, I guess, huh? Or
Yeah.
do you want to go back to the hood?
hang on just a second.
Oh no, his Relto is mixed with the Bahro cave.
The Bahro have trapped us.
I'm going to see if I can.
You know, this is a dumb question. I should know the answer. Is there anything under us in the Relto? Like, is there land?
Eventually.
There probably is, but we'll never see it because it's not rendered in the game.
Right. Like in Myst, oh gosh, 4, where we go to that sphere
Oh,
and you can see the green planet underneath it. The same with the spire. You can see like land, like a planet underneath it, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic.
Okay. Now, if you're all looking at the Twitch window in your browser, I've got the next place up that I'm going to be talking about. This is not rendered in the game, so it's something that we're going to have to see through the stream. Are you all seeing it now?
Yep.
Okay.
I see it.
This is the Age of Kahlo.
Okay, wait. We can't stop walking. We're bugged. No one can stop walking.
Oh,
Murphac, what are
we're
you
in,
doing to us?
Oh,
Okay, there we go.
we're in the
Thank
Bahro
you.
cave.
I am touching some hands. So
Okay, sorry
Where
about
are
the
we?
Varsha
Yeah,
distraction. It was annoying. Okay, thanks, Murphac.
sorry.
Okay, now we can look at the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
That's my avatar in this preview, riding on the back of a male Kamkenta in the Age of Kahlo. This, of course, never actually passed alpha stage and was never actually put in the game. But they did make this preview of it so that they could see what they were doing.
Is
That's cool.
Kamketa spelled Kamketa?
Kamkenta.
Oh, Kamkenta. Okay, I'll type it in chat.
Yep.
When the name was coined, it was by somebody who was a novice to the language, and they were trying to say Kemkenin. What is it? But they made a mistake and said Kamkenta.
And this is from the planet Kahlo, right? The age Kahlo, which
Yes.
from which Kahlo's pub is derived, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
And supposedly the imagers in the Kahlo pub are so people in Denis could watch the games here in Kahlo.
Except the fact that I don't think those were motion picture viewers. So I don't know how that would have worked out. I suspect myself that they were just showing still pictures of the games. Anyway, according to at least one source, Kahlo may have been written in Denis year 8343 by a young writer named Jamin. Regardless of who actually wrote it, the age became the home of a popular Denis sport. The sport was so popular that Denis pubs were often devoted to it, such as the Kahlo pub found in the Tokita 2 building on Agra Island. The pubs had viewers that showed still images of the games, and according to one document, live broadcasts of games in progress. It's never said if the Denis placed wagers on the games, but with people being people, it wouldn't be a surprise if they had. The DRC found a Kahlo linking book fairly early into their attempt to restore Denis, and it was in Phase 4 by 2003. It was suspended by that year due to the DRC's usual reasons, the lack of money and manpower to continue the work. It remained in that status until the DRC had to leave the caverns in 2004. They returned in 2006 after securing a new source of funding, but after a short time in the age, work there was again suspended by Dr. Ikaro Kadama and Michael Ingberg before it reached stage 5. The age of Kahlo was set in what is described as a rough wasteland that was subject to winds which were said to reach speeds upward of 200 miles per hour at times. Most of the life in the age was found in narrow canyons and depressions that provided shelter from the worst of the gales. Let's see if I can... I'm going to see if I can... Let's see... Whoops, wrong thing. Excuse me, I want to turn off.
While Larry's doing that, I'll give you guys a fun fact. And for those of you who live in the United States, the plain states,
Okay, what I'm doing at the moment is I'm looking up sound files from this. Okay, I'm going to try and play you. Let's see.
People are saying Arte was cut off on Twitch, and Twitch is frozen.
Yeah, I think he got cut off like when he was paused in what he was saying.
I'm not sure if you can hear this, but I'm playing the sound of the wind on Kahlo.
Yeah, I can hear the sound.
Where would you get that sound file from?
I think I pulled them out of the same folder that the game is running from.
Oh, so it's in Mula? The sound
No.
of Kahlo's in Mula? Oh, it's in I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Here's another...
Okay, I'm posting in Twitch what I was talking about hurricane speeds.
Oh, wow.
Yep. The wind air is notably violent. Okay, let's see.
And I apologize. Which game is it where your tune is flying a Kamkanda?
This is it. This is a...
What's the game called?
Well, this is not a game. This is a preview.
Oh, a preview.
Right.
And Okay, and you were able somehow to get into the preview, like Cyan gave you permission or something?
It was released some time ago as for
Oh,
fans to look at.
oh, wow. Yeah, I'm sorry if I missed that. I was trying to concentrate, on herding cats and whatnot. Okay, thank you.
Anyway, let's see. The game field used by the Denis was established in a depression that seems to have once been the body of a gigantic animal of some kind. It was probably buried in magma since the area is still volcanically active and produces geysers. When the body decayed, the rock covering it collapsed, forming a large hollow that 2 seed pod plants took root inside. Going back to the noise for a moment, let's see. Here's the sound of one of the geysers bubbling. And here's the sound of a different one. Okay, let's see. Sorry about this, but I'm trying to keep the noise down. I can't turn off the music in this bloomin' thing, so I just have to chance it. Anyway, so when you look around the age here, one thing that you will notice is a prominent feature are bones of the creature that formed, whose death formed this particular hollow. Let's see if we can. We'll fly over here. Yeah. There's part of its spine.
From our viewpoint, the window's frozen.
I'm going to go ahead and turn off the game capture for a moment and then turn it back on, and that should catch us up. No? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and kill this broadcast of the window and try reestablishing it.
while we're waiting, do we have any questions?
I don't see any questions, but RT, can you comment? Is Cyan still going to try to incorporate Myst 5 into Moolah?
That's not Cyan. That's fans that are working on that.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah, with Cyan's permission.
That's
So,
that's the Open Uru team.
That's
Um,
still a thing?
I've not heard anything more on that. There's a they're getting ready for third quarter release of some new stuff. So I've not heard of anything as far as anything specific. The Open Uru team, like Dubes and whatnot, they've had a lot of stuff going on the surface. So there's like a hiatus for a good part of the year from the Open Uru team, outside of putting out fires here and there.
Okay, for some reason this thing is not working. Let me try.
Yeah, if you guys want to keep on top of it, I think the best source would be the monthly, what are they called? They meet
All
in
Guilds
Corel. The All Guilds meeting, which is it still 1300 key time, the first Saturday of each month?
Correct.
Okay, and that's where gray hats like Dubes announce like the progress they're making in certain things.
Dubes, Rarefied, sometimes Adam Hoikus, Time
Hoikus.
Traveler.
Okay.
And there's also SMJ does a lot.
Okay.
And I'm missing somebody.
I think he's on my buddy's list. There's another.
There's another woman.
Like they're in the Writers Guild, I think.
I don't think it was SMJ that wrote TM.
Christian Walther, does he program too?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I would like to give people just a realistic expectation here. These are fans on their volunteer time, in addition to doing their jobs and everything else. And Dubas is just one person working on this, but there's also there's a few other people that work on it. So just think this is a volunteer effort. So don't think the next update's going to have this thing in there. It's going to take years for it to progress. We're just progressing slowly. Think of it like a loading screen. We might be at 1 to 2% in there, but progress is still going in that progress bar. We may not be at the 50%.
And that's what's amazing is all the stuff they've been able to do while holding down full-time jobs.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you look at the screen, I've got the picture moving again. So you can see the spine of the creature there.
Oh.
It's fluttering.
Wow. It looks like the creature in that other goon that Cyan released. Starts with an O. With the vegetable pod that you travel in.
You're thinking of Abduction.
Abduction, yeah. It looks like the creature in one of the ages in Abduction.
Except this one was much, much larger than than those critters.
It's a bird. It's a plane.
Let's see if I can...
No, it's a Kamketa.
Yep, that's what I'm writing on. Let me get a top view down of it. Anyway, what I'm going to try to do here is fly up over here. Oops. Lost it. Anyway, what I'm looking for right now is one of the quote-unquote quote goal posts for the game.
Didn't you just pass one? Oh, the goal post.
Yeah.
I think it said gold. Never mind.
Yeah. No, there's a... let's see if I can... Oops. Flying. I wish I had better knowledge of how to control altitude in this thing. These cone things, by the way, are artifacts left in while they were designing it. They're not part of the actual scenery.
Are they representing the geyser blasts?
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. They don't explain them. Here we go. This plant you see right here, there are two of these in this chasm, and these were what the Denis used as goalposts. It's unlikely that Kahlo was ever the home of a native human race, but there is a species of flying creature there that may be at least as intelligent as Earth's dolphins and porpoises. The creatures are social, living communally in a large structure the DRC called the hive. I can't really point the camera upward, but the hive is actually above me. Let's see, I've got, I should have a still picture here that I can show you. If we go to, back up. Yeah, here we go. Okay. If you, in the stream, I'm showing a picture of the hive from the outside. The pelvis bones of the animal that died here arch upward and meet more or less over the center of the chasm. And the Kamkinta built the hive suspended from those bones. Let's see if I've got another picture I can show you. Oh, here we go. The hive is a multi-story structure suspended from the hip bones of the gigantic animal that died here, and Kamkinta entered it by flying up into a hole in the bottom of it. This is a picture of the inside of the hive, and you can see a number of Kamkinta down near the hole in the bottom with their heads pointing downward. It is unknown if there is more than one Kamkinta hive. It's likely that there are more, but only this one is shown in the sketches and photographs of the age. The hive has a queen, and we have, let's see, if you look at this picture, you'll see it's a brief description, and it points out that the queen chamber is over the chamber we were just looking at. This is a drawing of the Kamkinta queen in color. As for what she actually looked like, it's a little hard to tell in that picture, so I'll show you a black and white line drawing. Her main body looks more like this, so as you can see, she doesn't look all that much like her children. I mentioned that the Kamkintas come in male and female. I'm writing a male one in this demonstration, and this is what one looks from straight overhead. And then this is a female Kamkinta, and you can see that the males are purple blue and the females are yellow and orange. And let's see what else we have to say. It is not known if the queen had a major role in procreation. The other Kamkinta have genders that, of course, are differentiated by color. The documents do not clearly say which color indicates which gender, so I made an assumption about the males being blue and the females yellow. However, the fact that they're differentiated by color was convenient for the Denis, who could form up into teams based on their Kamkinta's coloration. Kamkinta had a large number of vocalizations, and the tones between males and females were fairly distinct. let's go ahead and go back to this. And this is these sounds I'm playing you are those of females. As for the males, I'll play the same basic sounds. So as you can tell, the males' tones tend to be a bit deeper than the females. And let's back up again. Okay. So here's a photograph of the spine of the animal. And here's some other of its bones. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, the last thing I'll talk about is the game that was played here. The popular sport, Denis sport, involved two opposing teams that rode upon the Kamkintas. It's unknown just how intelligent the Kamkinta were, but there are hints that they were partners in the game rather than just a beast of burden that the Denis had tamed. The goal of the game was to gather charges of different colors of plasma from the geysers that are scattered around the playing field. The opposing team would try to intercept the player carrying a plasma charge, and there were places where gusts of wind would disperse the charge if the player flew through them. The charges were carried to large plants like the one I'm pointing at the moment. There's one of these plants on the opposite sides of the fields. Each team,
Larry,
yeah.
on the Twitch screen, you've got the spiral cave showing.
Yeah, I forgot to.
Dreamer multiple 5 wants to know if we know what the giant fossil animal looked like when it was alive.
Not a clue. The only thing that we really know about it is that it was big. So big that you had to look twice to see it once. Okay. The charges were carried to these large plants on either opposite sides of the field, with each team needing a specific color of plasma to feed their plant. The appropriate charges caused strands of seed pods in the plants to mature. When one continuous strand of seed pods was charged, the seeds were sucked up through the plant stem and expelled violently out of a blossoming flower. For the Kamkinta, that was their reward for playing along. The riders were the ones who could gather and carry the plasma charges. The Kamkinta had no way of moving them on their own, and had to rely on random chance for a charge to reach the plants naturally. The seeds that the plants discharged were a favorite food of the creatures, and when a plant ejected a batch, they'd swarm to catch them as they fell. Not only would they eat some of the seeds themselves, they also gathered them to carry back to their hive and feed the queen and their young. That made the game mutually beneficial. The Dani were entertained by the sport, and the Kamkinta got the food they loved the most. Let's go a little bit closer to... So, as you're looking at this, down in the base, you see a large hole. That's where they needed to put the plasma charges they were carrying. And then you'll see the seed pods on the stalks that are pointing upward. And at the top, you'll see another part of the plant which would flower and eject the seeds. Okay. And that's pretty much everything that I currently know about Kahlo. Do we have any questions so far?
I don't see any. Do you guys have any questions for Larry? Shiloh O'Brien's not here to play Stump Larry, but you guys can try as well.
We still have 55 minutes left in today's tour schedule. Did you want to try going to Colony?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and kill this. And let's see. What the heck did I do with the game? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, Colony was on my schedule.
Yeah. I didn't know if we'd have time. Okay. Murphak, can you take... Okay, thank you.
No, I crashed.
Okay.
Back a few minutes.
So the bot just crashed, so but we're going to go to the fan version of the Age of Ptolemy as soon as he gets it back up. One of the things that it must be noted is that when a fan writer wrote the Age of Ptolemy to include in the game, they had no way of actually producing it the way it was planned. So pretty much everything that you see there is essentially made up out of that person's own imagination. There are some things that resemble things from the original game, but most of it is not even close. But the Open Uro team actually did imported into Uro Live, so we'll be able to go there in a few minutes as soon as Mirabot is back and up and running.
Did you answer Dreamer and Lindor's questions / comments in Twitch?
I didn't see it.
Okay, I'm in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
crash.
Let's go ahead and link to Mirabot. So the person who created this made certain points in it look similar, capturing the flavor of Ptolemy, but they are not exact copies. Okay, I need to open up.
Oh my
the
gosh,
script.
I've never been here before.
Yeah. And actually, surprisingly enough, this is not a patch on what was originally planned. As nice as it looks. Something that the first thing you need to know is that no one knows who wrote or owned the Age of Ptolemy originally. What is known is that the book was either purchased or given to a Denis family of 3 who moved here before the fall of Denis. The Denis husband and wife who last owned the book died of old age and were buried here in the Age. But their daughter, a woman named Nala, was still alive when Ptolemy was discovered by the DRC. The DRC only reached phase 1 in their restoration procedure. In October of 2001, Dr. Watson wrote, "Resources volatile, recommend suspension." Resources volatile probably means they didn't have the men, material, and money to continue work, and so the project was suspended. The last note about the Age was written on September 30th of 2006, when the DRC voted again about reinstating the restoration. The 4 was 4-0 to keep the suspension in place. although the note said that they would reassess it later at a later date. That later date never arrived because the DRC lost funding for a second time and left the cavern for good. Nala was not the only Denise survivor that was still living in this age. There were an unknown number of people employed by the family as workers in the age, and they or their descendants were still here. From the notes, it's probable that the DRC knew that the age was inhabited. Why they didn't mention Nala or her employees in any of their other documents is a mystery. They mention the existence of Escher and Nolobin as the first Denise survivor they had met, although his presence was kept secret from explorers at the time. I can only guess that they never mentioned Nala for the same reason they kept Escher a secret. It's mentioned that Nala seemed to be suspicious of the DRC and refused to speak with them very much. Nala had a history that might explain why she didn't warm up to the DRC restoration engineers who visited this age to evaluate it. She had a similarly dark view of the Denis Guild of Maintainers from before the fall. Apparently, she resented any attempt by outsiders to move in and claim authority over her age. The Maintainers had a policy of closing off ages that had historic ruins from general use, turning them over to researchers. She might well have had similar fears regarding the DRC. The biggest secret that Nala had, however, was that the age had always had a native population which lived outside of her area in the wider world beyond. She kept knowledge of them away from the Maintainers and did the same when the DRC appeared. If you were able to visit her home, you would have seen a telescope that she sometimes used to observe life in a native village that was off in the distance. Okay, let's see. Back up. Colony. Here we are. As you can see from the picture that oops, sorry, I'm not seeing. Let's see, window capture 2. Oh. I do not know. Oh, here we go. Okay, in the stream window, I am now showing what the original Lincoln pad was actually supposed to look like. As you can see, it's very similar to the one that was created here in the Fan Age, but not quite. The original one was going to be behind the waterfall, not off to one side of it. And let's see. Also, unlike this version, there actually was a place where you could link out, and it would have looked like this if it had the age had been released to us. Let's see if I've got... Here it is. This is a map of what the age was going to look like. The Age of Ptolemy appears to be a forested valley with steep slides. A river flows through the valley from the north and feeds a system of freshwater lakes, with the largest lake at the southern end. It's bordered on the east by a plateau with another river that is very wide and at a higher elevation than the valley. The age originally featured at least 16 different waterfalls. Scattered around the age were natural caves that the native people, as well as Nala's family, used for various things. So let's see. This is the view from inside one of the caves. And let's see. This is the view inside another one. The person who created the Fan Age here did keep some of the totem theme going when he recreated the age. Let's see.
Who wrote Calumet? Was it Dupes?
No. This age
was Semjay.
Ah, okay. And here's a picture of some of the terrain inside the valley. This age seemed to have been used as a Denis nature park, and it contained a large variety of animals that came in many sizes. Scattered around the age are feeding troughs, and other facilities for animal care. Nala's parents and the Denis workers converted a section of the age into farmland. Nala's father constructed a dam that could be raised and lowered across one of the major watercourses, along with an irrigation system to keep the fields watered. Let's see if I can find... And this should be a picture of the dam across one of the waterways. stone fences and walls were placed to keep the animal or the inhabitants separated and to keep larger animals from harming the food production area. Let's see if I can find this. Here we go. This is a picture of that's typical of the kind of fencing that they had. You'll notice here in the Fan Age that the walls around look somewhat similar to this, but not the same. For one thing, none of them have the openings pierced through them. This is one of the walls that they constructed, but it uses native iconography rather than Tani patterns on it. Okay. This is a look down at a section of the valley, and you can see some of the paths as well as a house up on the hillside there. Here's a picture of another one of the buildings that was in Colony. Let's see if I can find... picture called. Well, anyway. Another picture of one of the buildings. And yet another. Colony's natives had a religion that included the concept of guardian spirit animals who would guide the souls of the dead to the afterlife. Nala's father adopted the faith before he died and had undergone the ritual to find out which spirit animal was his guardian. The picture I'm just putting up shows some of the totems that the natives erected to represent those spirits. And let's see. Here we go. Okay, the picture that I just put up is a picture of some of the animals that were kept here. I'm going to give you a description of some of the animals, but something to keep in mind is that the descriptions are not guaranteed to be accurate. I had a written list of the critters and had to try and match them up with the pictures as best I could. This is what I think was supposed to be in the candor. A wonderful and friendly aquatic animal that looked like a cross between a dolphin and an otter. Nala trained a few of them and made regular visits to the lagoon where they lived to feed them. She taught them to perform tricks for the food as if they were in a show in an animal park. Anyone who swam in the lagoon would find one or two Akandar swimming around them, investigating for the other members of their school. The investigators would leave periodically to report to the others, and their vocalizations were easy to hear. The little creature in this photograph, or this sketch I should say, may have been what's called an acanthroma. Acanthroma were small animals that looked like a cross between a marmot and a dog. They were very tame and were always eager for a handout. They had puppy-like natures and were unintimidating and cute, with waggly tails and perky faces. They were very fond of a type of nut that grew on local trees and raced to get them anytime any fell off the branches. And let's see, where's this? There it is. This is what the descriptions, I believe, were talking about when they described the McCarthy. Monkey-like creatures found in the trees, they fed on purple-colored mishy berries most of the time, but would go absolutely nuts when they came across plumpicots, which were their favorite fruit. Okay, let's see, where's this one? Here we go. This sketch may be of a Magandina, large and slow-moving animals with placid natures. They share characteristics with earthly elephants. Nala's parents constructed a long, tall stone fence to keep them out of their fields. The animals could be observed sleeping, grazing on tree leaves, and brushing shoulders with each other. They also frequently called to each other via various sounds that they made. And let's see, where's this one? Here it is. Nikpaark were the sheep equivalent of the age, although they were smaller than earth sheep. However, they made sheep look intelligent by comparison. A note about the age described them as dumb as posts. They were endlessly entertaining to watch. They were always surprised and startled by unexpected stimuli, such as changes in the weather, the appearance of other animals or people, or even if another Nikpa arc bumped into them from behind. Okay. Unsits were tiny skittish birds who lived in flocks on the ground. If anyone strange approached, they would run for cover in the shrubs and vegetation. The reason why they did is unknown, but Nala and her workers fed them by throwing grain on the ground. The little creatures would run in quickly to snap up the food. After eating, a few of them would follow the worker for a while until they realized that there was no more food. Unsids were used to people who fed them and ignored them instead of running away unless they brought more food. Ra'aneth were birds frequently seen soaring overhead around the age. From time to time, they would dive toward the ground to catch food. As they were described by the DRC as being similar to ospreys, it's quite likely that they were catching fish. And let's see, where's this one?
Someone asked if we know who made the concept art for column A. I googled it, but I can't find it anywhere.
I don't remember if there were if anything appeared as to who the concept artist was. I don't recall seeing any such thing. Anyway, Taindali were deer-like creatures that grazed in a field to the east of the main pathway through the age. Like earthly deer, they were wary of being approached. Some would always be on guard, and if alerted, would sniff the air, listen, and look around for possible danger. When this happened, the others would continue to graze. But if anyone tried to get close, the guard would alert the others and they would all run away. There are a number of animals shown in the concept art that were not that are unidentified and had no description. This is one of them. Let's see if I can find the other picture. Here it is. And this is another one of the animals that doesn't seem to be mentioned in the description. And that appears to be everything that I have about the original age of Kala. Do we have any more questions?
I don't see any. I just see comments about the animals. Does anyone have any questions about column A or the animals or anything else? Thank you, Larry, so much for adding this content. This is really interesting.
Yeah, if I can find anything at all about any of the other the ages that were not included in the game before it shut down, I do try to show them.
Well, you know, when I was Googling column A concept art, I found that apparently there was another age released by fans that you can access via Chiso Do you know what that is offhand? Because I closed my access.
Which you
And do you have information about that?
about which? I was zoning out.
Yeah, it's okay. Let me find it here. The fans, they didn't just release Column A from Chiso, they released another age. I don't know if that was the one they did about 3 years ago. Let me see if I can find it. They call it Intangibles.
Yeah,
Ader Bavanter.
that was not an official age. Colony is one of the
That's the
few.
fan. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Colony is one of the few ages that the fans tried to create that would have actually. There were plans to include it into the game at some point, but but most of the fan ages are completely the imagination of the person who created them.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Now, getting back to this, the fan age for a moment. As we look around, this is actually one of the few ages that were created by a fan that actually included a few puzzles. So when you first get here, there actually are things to do.
Can you solve the puzzles here? This is Meribot's version of Column 8, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So the puzzles, I assume they're only accessible in the original one.
No, every time a new person first links to Colony, the puzzles are instanced. So whenever you come here, it's all the puzzles are reset for you.
Does the telescope work in the regular age? Because the telescope didn't work here.
The regular age was never even released as a demo.
No, I mean, like, this is Meribot's version of Column A.
Oh.
I'm talking about the Column A that's accessed from Chiso Preniv.
That I couldn't tell you because I don't think I've ever tried it.
Oh, okay. Wow, this gauge is huge.
All of the telescopes that I tried, and I'm pretty sure I did try all of them, they all worked.
Oh, cool. Okay. Just not in Meribot's version. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had mentioned that the person who created this age was inspired by some of the art from the original. And you'll see banners like the one I'm currently showing on the stream. You'll see symbols like this and banners like this scattered in different places. In fact, they included one of these symbols on a T-shirt that's available in your Relto closet.
Oh, cool. Well, we'll have to come back after the tour and check it out.
Yep.
The real Column A. Oh my gosh, look how large this is. This is very, very imaginative.
Yes, it is. But the one thing that you will not see here, which was a feature of the original age, is moving animals. This,
I saw a stationary bird up on a perch.
if you
on
look
a wall.
in the stream window at the moment, I am currently looking at what the artist actually or the fan maker actually put in here, which are static little animal statues.
Oh, these are statues. So is that bird a statue too then?
It may be. If it doesn't move, then it probably is.
Oh, okay.
They couldn't put the
It's
real animals in here, so they put these in as a substitute.
nice. Yeah, it was like a uh-oh, somebody's eating. There's a multicolored statue of a bird then
Mm-hmm.
near the entrance. Well, this is impressive. I love these red trees.
They actually
The only
did put in a number of buildings that were semi-inspired by the ones that would have appeared in the real colony.
cool. Yeah, I see they copied some of the trees with the pock marks on the side. They look like they're a copy paste from the trees in one of the pod ages, the one with the Irwin in it.
Yes, that's oh, my mind's
Megalon?
going blank.
Is it Negalon?
Uh,
Duribo is the
yeah.
one with the ice. Okay.
Negalon
Tetsunat
has
is the one underwater.
Negalon has the Irwin that looks like a chicken,
Yeah.
and
Well,
Payfarin has the
Payfarin.
Sanskrit. Payfarin has a Sanskrit.
I think
That's
the
also a huge
Sanskrit
bird.
looks more like a chicken than the Irwin, but
Looks more,
the
well, to
Irwin
me, it
looks like a
more
dinosaur.
The Sanskrit to me looks like a duck.
Oh. Does it walk like a duck and talk like a duck and quack like a duck?
Doesn't quack like a
Okay.
duck. It makes a god awful screech. Well, so does the Irwin for that effect.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about crunching in your ears. I forgot to turn the microphone off.
Well, the least you could do is share some with us, but
I got a little peckish here.
there you go. Yeah, this age is a little borked because of the on-leg effect.
Yeah.
So
This is a big age.
it's huge. Yeah, if you
And
get
the
lost
fact-
from Larry, PM
And
Larry to
actually, we're still in the first, more or less half of it.
yeah.
Wow.
Say, if you come over. Oops.
Come over to where I'm standing. You'll get to the next half.
Yeah. We've got
Well,
holes
like
in
I
the.
said,
We've got doorways
By the
in the
valley.
wall here that give you allow you to look down into the other half.
yeah, and it's blocked by, the Bahro Cave. This is an overlay of the Bahro Cave and Merfax Relto, and it's a
Oh, the
conglomeration of things.
Yeah,
Oh, is Makata in here too?
right, probably. Otherwise, we wouldn't be running.
Hey, we've got 15 minutes, Larry.
And that's pretty. And other than looking around here and waiting to see if anyone has any questions, that was pretty much everything I had. So,
Any questions for Larry? Thank you, Larry, so much. Let's give him and Murfak and Arte and Zeke a round of applause. A lot of work went into this.
All right. I want to thank everyone for coming to the cavern tours. We will be having next month. We'll be touring a new age. Thank you to Larry and Arte for being our historians through this tour. Mirafat for being our tech support to be able to go to these places where we normally couldn't. And also for me and Susan being your hosts. Also, do not forget to donate to the CavCon, so that you can keep the lights on. We can keep the lights on, and we can keep bringing you these tours every month, for you. So, uh, so don't forget that. And for more exploration.
All right, and
And,
let's. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Zeke.
and I think on the Twitch stream, Larry has the today's events up. So if you want to know what's happening up, you can check the stream window.
Arte,
Yes.
what's
Go ahead.
going on with your story nights today?
Story night.
Yeah.
Tonight we're going to learn about the 17th king, King Ricari, as and we're going to learn about a prophet that turns the hearts and minds of the people and the king back to the ways of Yahweh that were established by the first king, Ritneref, and by the great king, Alcindar.
And are the stories going to be the same for your 1400 and 2330 today, or are they off?
They're the same.
Okay, great.
Both are in sync. However, next week I will be traveling, so both stories are canceled for next week on November 2nd. There will be no story.
Oh, okay. And then there's also Aoheek Night at 2100 key time in the competitive Myst Online League Hood. Aoheek is that rock, paper, scissors like table game in the hood.
Think of it like
Pen
more
book.
of a strategy version of rock, paper, scissors.
And then
All right.
what's the date?
Pen book.
What's the date of our tour next month?
I typed it in chat. It's November 23rd, which I think is after U.S. Thanksgiving. Let me check. No, it's the Saturday before the United States Thanksgiving, which is the 28th. I don't know if the 23rd interferes with any other countries' holidays. I don't think it does. Murphac, anything in France going around that time? Uh-oh, he's crunching again. Making me hungry.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I think we cleared it with all our tour team that the 23rd was okay. And the same for the Christmas. Our December tour is scheduled for the Saturday after Christmas, which would be Saturday, December 28th. So it doesn't look like we're going to be taking any holiday breaks this year, unlike prior years.
Yeah. So 23rd, and you got 30th, so you can.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks you all for coming, and we appreciate our new tourists. We had a few new tourists today. A belated welcome to Eolus, EOLUS. Also, Caboose is new, and there was another fellow who was here who've already left. But we always love having new tourists. And with that said, I think Larry's going to sign off the stream.
Yep.
Nice.
Hope to see you all again next month. Currently, we're showing 24 tourists, or people, in the Twitch channel.
Yeah, so, Baron 3D wasn't physically in the tour, but he's in the Twitch stream. So thanks for coming, Baron.
Okay. And that's pretty much it. So I'll bid you all a good weekend. See you next time.